We're back again with another segment of the Love and Respect Experience. The book I'm reading from, the author is Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. Once again, Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. Now please go like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. You can go through the Only Faith Ministry readings of Revelations. There's a playlist. It's called OFM. There's a playlist for the Love and Respect Experience. It's an easy find, easy catch up. You can start from the first chapter, which is the introduction, and catch up to now, which I believe we're getting into chapter 29. Everything been going? How life been treating you? How you been treating yourself? Next, we're getting into fall. We're in the summer, yes. It's a hot one here in Richmond, Virginia. But we're closing out our year. We're closing out 2023. For those that have started, those that have been working on their marriage, make it a successful year. Make it a successful season. Look back in your marriage. See where some good fruit was produced, and keep building from there. Go back, look, and see where some bad fruit was produced, some bad fruit was triggered, and get an understanding what that trigger was. But let's get into chapter 29. Of the Love and Respect Experience. And once again, I am the Nasty Pastor. Go to the Facebook account, Facebook page, the Love and Respect Experience. Also, you can go on Instagram to the Only Faith Ministries and scan through some of my clips. They funny, they're serious, they're awareness in them. But go check me out, you know what I mean? Go scrolling through the social media profiles, pages, and check it out. I'm using on all major platforms. But chapter 29 starts off, remember, God designed your spouse. Be patient. We may not be able to build our spouse, but whom we pray to have designed a woman here, or woman, feel me, has designed a woman or woman that is designed for you. And for you women, whom you pray to have designed a man or men for you. We're gonna love and love and love and love strangers until the end of our time. We're gonna think this one is our soulmate because everything was so beautiful, not knowing 10, 15 years from now, that same soulmate, those same characteristics will show up in another vessel, another body, another stranger, another human being, such as that first soulmate you met. They're rare. They're very rare. And if you can chip away the bitterness in you, because as the years go on and as you evolve, if you don't deal with things, you become bitter. So if you have made more bitter into the inner self of your body, your inner soul of you, your outward appearance, your outward look is better. So know that you may have met, take me for instance, I feel I met my first soulmate when I was 20 years old, turning 21. I've been looking for those characteristics since 1990. Some came close, some ain't come nowhere near. But I keep seeing certain characteristics in each woman that I've met along my journey. And, you know, like I said, the whole package is not there, but it's some qualities, some characteristics that's there. But keep searching for your happiness. Sometimes your happiness is not in another person, it's in you. But that person adds on to your happiness. You know, when you're looking outside of you, you should always be able to love yourself. Loving yourself is being happy. You feel me? So to find how to put it, you know how they say sometimes you meet a person that completes your circle of life? There you go. There's something about that person that fits into your circle of life that makes it perfect. That makes it, how to put it, perfect for the times, perfect for the moment. You feel me? They fit. They come in your life at a time. They're a missing link. They're a missing piece. When you're looking for happiness outside of yourself. But let's go and get into chapter 29 because I don't took enough time with this little introduction of talking. But the verse comes from Ephesians 4:1-2. Walk in manner worthy of the calling with which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience showing tolerance for one another in love. That's a part of being married. That's a part of life. Patience, tolerance. It grows to a point you don't, you know, it can grow to a point where that you have no patience for that person. You have no patience, no tolerance, no respect, honestly speaking, for that person. They have done so much that just saying hello pisses you off. Just looking at them pisses you off. So we have to work on it. You have to be honest with yourself. Because see, I don't have a lot of patience for ignorance. I don't have a lot of patience for cheating, lying, stealing, none of that. You get me? So if the woman I'm in a relationship with is about those things, it's a test. You know, when I look back now, it's a test of your patience, your tolerance, your strength. And as I said before, if you have caught up, if you have been viewing the love and respect experience, it was something I had to work on. It was something that, you know, I get verbally and physically violent with. So it was something that I had to point out in myself. I said, you know, something is beginning to be a repeated outward emotion, you know, a repeated act. So you're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to figure how to walk away. And I figured it. And like I said, for every argument, I'm not going to say I won all of them, because I didn't. You know what I mean? For every argument, I'm not going to say I lost all of them, because I didn't. How do you feel about how God designed your spouse? We know we are different as pink and blue, but there is a lot to do, a lot more to it than that. Whether pink or blue, your spouse is a unique design of gifts, temperament, and passions. You fell in love with that design, but perhaps you have discovered it is not perfect at all. For some reason, there are times when you can get annoyed, irritated, or even angry when your spouse is simply being the person God made in the first place. You got me? See, you can have your ups, you can have your downs. People change. What is called mood swings. Today, your spouse feel loving, to show love. Tomorrow, wake up, want to just be the most nastiest person they can be. And that's where your patience, your understanding come in. There's things going on outside of your marriage that has been brought into your marriage. And that's where you become the comforter. That's when you sit back and you understand this ain't a good morning for my spouse. How can I make that better? How can I achieve my spouse getting over what's irritating, what's annoying? If it's me, it should be easy. If it's something outside of our marriage, then I need to figure that out. I need to figure how to approach my spouse without my spouse lashing back at me. At moments like these, we all need patience, a quality we all agree is important. We often say we are praying for patience while we secretly wish God would hurry up and send a big dose fast. In Ephesians, the Apostle Paul urges Christ's followers to combine humility and gentleness with patience, which will lead to showing tolerance and acceptance of each other's differences. It is the kind of patience that empowers pink and blue to appreciate how God designed each of them, especially during those moments when they might provoke and annoy one another. I never cease to marvel at how God has designed Sarah and me so differently. Years ago, our temperaments and individual gifts caused some needless friction because we were intolerant of our different approaches to a situation. For example, Sarah is empathic, focusing on the person with the problem, and I am analytical, focusing on the problem the person has. She wonders why I seem so uncaring at times, and I wonder why she gets so emotional. But as we have become a real team, we have learned to be accepting and appreciative of our individual and unique designs. Now, that's kind of me, analytical. That's like, for example, the spouse, the wife that may have went out and did, I give it to you. I believe I spoke of this before, but no, I can't use that one. That wouldn't be a good example. Just I'm gonna throw something out there. We know that it's getting low in the month, and food a little low. It's 4 of us in the house. Food a little low. We both gonna get a paycheck to next week. I'm gonna speak when I was working. I'm hoping those that viewing is in a two-home income. Yes, we ended up in Well, with still two incomes, one is just fixed. You know what I mean? One is a fixed income. You know what I'm saying? And we know that if we go get some crabs, we go out to this buffet, we gotta get on the phone maybe 3-4 days later, 3-4 days before we get any more income to put food in the house. Okay, let's call somebody and borrow some money for some groceries, but we don't win to spend the grocery money. And sometimes these people ain't always giving. You know what I mean? They're not always saying, yeah, just come get that, or yeah, I'm a Western Union that. So to continuously put ourselves in a situation where that we have to beg, we have to borrow, and we're two adults, you know, it irritates me. You know what I mean? I never liked spending money or messing over money that I need. Even when I was out there, and let me clear this up. I never smoked a jumbo with the wife that was. You got me? I wasn't on drugs with the wife that was. I had been shut that down way before I met her. You got what I'm saying? I shut that down, you know what I mean? My oldest son is 23 years old. So when she met me, my son was turning 6 years old. Matter of fact, she met me the month my youngest was turning 6 years old. So I was already probably close to 10 years, 8 years out of using drugs, selling drugs. You feel me? You understand that? You get that part, right? Okay. Let me, come on, get your thoughts together. So, to take something that you need and to spend it on something that's a want, yeah, it irritates me. You got what I'm saying? I get very irritated about messing over money that is needed. Cause I don't like to ask people for nothing. You know what I mean? People talk about you, but I don't took too much time right there. Let me go and get back into this reading. Patience with each other has descended on our marriage most of the time. Like any other couple, we must still work at being gentle and accepting and be aware of what happens when impatience rears its intolerant head. And not surprisingly, we have learned that when one of us has a need, it can irritate the other. Sarah may be crying out for love when she speaks hastily with intense feeling, but she does not mean to be disrespectful. When I raise my voice to authoritatively make my point, I am feeling in need of a little more respect. But I do not mean to be unloving, and so it goes. Opportunities to be patient with each other abound each day. I like this wife's words. I am leaning on God for a lot of patience. I pray that John and I will be able to figure out how we can feel loved and respected in our relationship. To feel loved or respected, that is always the goal that seems to need a little more work each day. May I offer you a challenge. Recognize your different gifts, how each of you, pink and blue, functions according to God's perfect design. His Spirit will bear the fruit of patience as you humbly and gently show each other tolerance with love and respect. Stay with it and remember it takes a lot of patience to learn patience. That's the end of chapter 29. I'm going to reflect back on this reading a little bit. You know, like I said, I wasn't on drugs with the wife that was. You got what I'm saying? I smoke weed. She didn't smoke weed. You know what I mean? She's a drinker. You know what I'm saying? I drunk every who now. But you have to confront your irritations. You have to have patience with other people that's irritable to you. You really have to know that, okay, if is this just my spouse's way of living? Did I not see this before we got married? Because sometimes we be so consumed in our job, we be so consumed in our friends outside of our relationship that we miss a lot, with the person we're with. You know what I'm saying? We miss a lot of their characteristics, you know what I mean? Because they're spending time somewhere else, you're spending time somewhere else, and you really haven't gotten to know each other. So I say this to you, you know what I mean? If you're irritable inside of your marriage, it grew there. Because I refuse to believe that if I knew how irritable things was going to get, I would have got down on my knees and asked to marry the wife that was. It's a lot that showed itself later on because I consumed myself with working. Don't get me wrong, we was together 4 years before I got down on my knees and asked her to marry me. And as I said, for a good 6 months, things was just, to me, perfect. You know what I mean? I never argued about house not being clean. Never argued whether or not food is on the table. Never argue. It's some things that was automatically done that as a woman staying home, a stay-home woman that's not working, she just was automatically doing. You got what I'm saying? So the things that are irritable is the arguments, is the cackling on the phone, you know what I mean? Is the talking about people, is the messing over money, you know what I mean? It's knowing as an adult, I gotta prepare for tomorrow because I have kids today. You have babies that can't take care of themselves. They can't go nowhere and work. You know what I mean? Well, you can take them, you can put them on the street and beg for some money, but what does that really, what does that really produce? It gonna produce something today? Is it gonna produce something tomorrow? Is it gonna produce something a month from now? So these babies can't work for their, they can't work. They can't fend for themselves. They can't do too much of nothing. You got what I'm saying? So we as parents has to what? Get up, go do this, go do that, bam this, bam that, right? Okay. So we have to think about our babies today, tomorrow. You feel me? Our babies of today, we have to think about their tomorrow. So it's not to, blow that last coin on some crabs, on an outing because you feel cooped up in the house and you want to get up and go do something. Anywho, let me say this to you right quick. There are always some women, some men in the background that just stuck on stupid. You feel me? I say it's stupid. I say it to your face if you want to come address it. Anywho, once again, this is the nasty pastor. And please be kind to those that are kind to you. Please stop the lying. One thing about lying, even if you start lying to those that lie to you, if you keep it going and it be repetitive, you become a liar just off of impulse. Some things you give into, some things you don't give into. You got me? Don't be a liar and don't do as others do to you. You feel me? Like, in other words, we're speaking on the negative side, because lying to me is negative. So if a person do something negative to you, don't do it back to them. You got what I'm saying? Always remember you're judged by your deeds. So if you want to produce good fruit, you want people to respect you, then respect yourself, respect others, and know when you're around your enemy. Know when you're around your tormentor. It's a fool to stand in a bucket of gas, waiting for anyone, waiting for a stranger to light a match. Anywho, this is the Nasty Pastor, another reading of the Love and Respect Experience. Remember to like, share, comment, and go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries, and subscribe. I'm out.